Hello there. I've got as you may see, I've put what's left of the bonnet, that's the way it came, back on the Major, the David Brown. So my cunning plan is, this is, back down where you can see it. This is the bottom off our old oil boiler. It's pretty, it's like 3-4 mil. So what my plan is to recreate that in at the top and then mill out slots to match the David Brown grills. Or maybe make fake bits just to go down the side. And then possibly put a hinge in the bottom of it, because I've got the bonnet split and it would only be a matter of taking out the air breather and the exhaust off, and then we could flip it forward, and if we do that we can weld the whole top in at the top, because there's a little plate goes in there, plate door, for access to radiator cap. But the plates, you can buy the door itself, but it's quite expensive, 30 odd quid for a grilling or something. So somebody has put a bit of aluminium, and for all those you watching abroad, aluminium. So I'm thinking we'll rebuild this in steel. There's inner supports go around there. I've got one out of the 4, which I repurposed. Come up here. What I did is I welded it onto this bit that goes that way, and then it's bolted onto that bit that goes that way. It's spanning the gap, as you would say. I'm in 2 minds to weld the bonnet back together, but then it's difficult to get it apart then. And I've also got a bit of rod going right through to the other side just to keep it in place. As you can see, it's not very healthy, so I'm thinking about getting a plate made up for that, and we'll weld it in somehow. You can buy new decals, so no, they won't be original, but hey ho, look better than it does, and it's got a bit of rust everywhere. Would be a quicker way of saying it. There's still a bit to sort on this as well. So I've been doing a bit more on the side of the cab here. I've been using filler, and I did a rough fill, and then I took that down with the belt sander, and then I've done a fine fill now, so just to sand it down. So that just needs sanded. The door itself was a wee bit to sand there, but I think we're going to leave it as it is. That's been sprayed with H primer. I think that was just a white primer I used for the door. So I'm hoping to get this side finished, and then I'll take the front off, take the doors off, keep that in one piece and just lift it, and take the tractor out, and then turn it round so the cab goes up into that bit there. So the far away sides of this side for working on, rather than trying to squish yourself around there. But this isn't going to happen overnight, obviously. Just when I feel like it. So I'm going to mark this out. In fact, I've got a little job first. Just show you. I was changing oil in my car, and I've never understood why I couldn't get a sump plug to fit it until I discovered this on eBay. That's an M15 1.25 tap, and that's M15 sump plugs. It's a repair kit for M14 sump plugs. It was in at Arnold Clark getting a service, and it was 6 years old, so it was due a timing belt. and I just put it in the local garage to get the timing belt because they're about £100 cheaper, and they found the sump was leaking. So I don't know if they captured the new oil and everything, put it back in. I don't know if they'd done it, put it up to 15 instead of 14mm, but that's a kit you can buy. You get 6 plugs. You can't buy one, you've got to buy the 6, and that's an M15 tap, which is pretty unique anyway. So what I'm going to do, now that I've changed the oil in the car, put the old sump block back in, I am going to catch all the new oil, run that tap in and stick in a brand new plug with a new washer. Although the other one's working okay, but they recommend you change them. So if you not know you got that, you're not the only one. I didn't know either. Obviously the mechanics knew. But what I was thinking doing was putting, I've got some, I think I've still got some tiny carbide drills. Think about putting M15 on them, or at least one of them I'm going to use. So it's got M15 written in it. But that's probably more servicing than the car will be on the road. Because what is it now? It'll be due a time belt next year again. It'll be 12 years old next year. So there you go. If you didn't know about them, neither did I. Right, so I'm going to wait. I might do that first, see if it works, or I might cut that out of there. This whole bit comes off. I think you can actually buy that bit. I can't find one for the 996 itself because it's got a badge cut out in the middle there. But it's just show you how much they cost to buy. It's only a few rivets, so we'll just pop it off. We can use it as a template. And then this, I've got like a 5mm slot we can put in. I've got about 400 of them to put in. You know, these stupid things you do just because you can. Anyway, there you go. Right, I'll shut you off there and I'll go and work out everything, throw it up onto here. I've also got, that's the sides off the boiler. They're going to be, we're going to make the sides out of them that are missing. So, sort of from here to here. They may not match perfectly, but it'll look alright. You know what they say, it'll all come out in the wash. I've just found the cap I've been looking for, it's down there. Anyway, I'll shut you off there, and I'm not sure when I'll bring you back. I'll definitely film some of the machining. I might do it in time lapse because it's going to be time consuming. We're making a new front for the David Brown. So what we're doing is making that grill out of a solid piece of metal. We're going to machine it out. This tractor's got 2 lights up here rather than 2 lights there. No, I'll rephrase that. We're going to attempt to machine it out. I'm just waiting on some end mills coming. So let me see. So if you can see there, you may be seen before, I made 2 machinist jacks. Well, they turned out handy because they're both in there. And what I've been doing, get up a bit. I don't know if you'll see it or not, that's the thing. Lights around. I'm going to move when I stand on here. I've been running an indicator back and forth, and I've now got it within, I think it's 3 thou or something like that. It's reading -1 there. Let's put it back the other way and see what it says. Zero in the middle and 0 there, so it's within a thou across the back there. So you maybe, I'm going to move you again because this thing rocks. You'll see I've got some layout lines here, so I was just trying to work out what we're going to do. I think I'm going to use a 10mm end mill, and that will give us a round end. So from there to there is 20mm, which we can show in the DRO. So just put the end mill down through, bring it over to there, lift it, leave what looks like a wire, put it back down, bring it over to there and lift it, and cut out the 400 holes we need to cut out. This is going to take a while. The one for the badge, I don't think I'm going to machine that out. This is what's left of the original. More or less going to sit like that. I think I'm going to keep this as much intact as I can. I obviously have to cut that bit out. That'll give us quite a good guide. Either I'll cut it off altogether and just use this. It's probably what's going to happen. As you can see, it's in quite a state. So there's an outer diameter and there's an inner diameter for the seal beam unit. Anyway, that's one of the units. That one's actually full of water. It's the same light on a Massey Ferguson. So that would, I think it sits in from the back actually, comes in from the back. And then there's that wire holds it in place. But I have a hole saw that's the same size as the inner diameter. So I'll bore them out with the inner diameter. This might not be perfect because it's a bit of a hillbilly way of doing things like that. But alright. We'll see how we get on. Anything would be better than what we're starting with. Like I say, Amazon's on its way with a set of carbide end mills. I think I bought a set of 5, either 5 or 6. Let's start at 3 or 5 mil and go up to about 12, I think. About £43 or something. Probably get them cheaper elsewhere, but next day delivery. I am attempting to make a new grill for the David Brown tractor. So this is 3mm thick, this material. So I mill it and then go through it and mill 20mm slots, come up, move 10mm, go down, and so on and so forth. As it's going to take quite a long time, I'm going to put you on time lapse. I've got the magnet on there, try and stop some of the rattling. That's a carbide end mill I've got in, which likes to make these little javelins, as you know. So we shall do a bit more. A bit out of breath today for some reason again. I just found a tick in my shoulder, so I've removed that. It was quite small, so I didn't see it when I went. I saw it when I went to shower this morning, but it wasn't there yesterday, I don't think. It's picked up at some point yesterday. So, and when I was examining it, it still had its front legs moving, so hopefully I got the jaws out as well. As you know, ticks can be very dangerous because they can give you Lyme disease, and you can't always survive Lyme disease. So it doesn't have enough problems. Anyway, I'm waiting to put oil in the pots for the Bridgeport, and then I'll put you on time lapse. Well, that's the second road done. There's a few cock-ups in the first bit here, but I'm hoping to improve as I go up. I'm not that worried if they're a bit different because it'll just look like it's old and broken. Apart for this first one, I went backwards by mistake. Only about another 40 to do. So I'll time lapse some of it. Just going to stop for lunch now. Now we'll these blooming chips off the carbide, the little javelins that go into your fingers and are so and so to get out. So find a 0. Save enough. 0 there. Right, well I'll cut the slots. I'll vary this one, then we'll go into time lapse because it'll just be more of the same. The one we're watching. Well, I broke my end mill. It did all them. I got a pack of armour tooling end mills for £32. So I bought a single end mill, armour tooling again. That's a 3 flute instead of a 4 flute. And I wasn't paying attention. One of them is £20 on its own, so I'm hoping it lasts a long time. But because there's only 3 flutes, I think there's more material in it, because I haven't ground away so much. So that is I've just done the previous row with it, and it's working away fine. 2 flute might work as well, so I'll vary a bit more and then I'll bring you back in 4. Because this is going to take literally going to take days, and if I break that, actually I've got a steel one arrived today, and I've splashed out and got some Sandvik inserts for the lathe. I was feeling flush. They weren't too bad. I think they were £40 for 10. Found them on eBay, so we'll give them a go. CNMG09, what I usually use. So hopefully they're as good as they say, and they'll be good value for money. Anyway, I'll do one, I'll record a couple and then I'll switch you off. Yeah. Get the DRO back over. Let's go to the starting switch. Not going to go through if you've a stop set, is it? Yeah. I've been changing the height of the cutter, you know, which bit I use as I go. Yeah. Watch out for the jacks as well. Still using a 10 base, so an 8mm cutter seems to work well. Well, I've done a bit more since you were last here. I broke my first end mill somewhere around here, and then I ordered that. That's an 8mm, but I thought I was getting 2 for £20. No, I got 1. It's a 3 flute rather than a 4 flute. It's been working away not too bad, so I'm not going to jinx it and say it's going to be brilliant. I've also decided to put a DB in it if I can, just for fun. So we need to get from where we are now to up here, which is probably going to take me a couple of days. I think I might have had, I don't know, 6 or 7 days on and off. I just go back and forth. There is a few cock-ups in it, but it'll make it look old. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it anyway. So I have one more 8mm end mill, which is a HSS steel one, hardened steel. But that's a carbide, so hopefully that'll work through the rest of it. I don't know if it was the DRO or me, but it started creeping towards the far side on a diagonal. So I've kind of sorted that out now. And I'm trying to go right on the number on the DRO. So what I'll do is I'll put you on time lapse for a wee while and film a little bit of it, and then I'll maybe bring you back when we're getting near the end again. I've finished that slot and I was putting holes marking the positions. So what I do is I go along there and take a little bit out, just to give it a different look. So we'll have to obviously jump over the D and the B. Right. Okay, that's that slot in, so I'll go back to the start and then cut in slots, so I'll not film that because it's just going to be the same as you've seen before. It's just tedious. It's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So once we get to near the end, I'll probably bring you back and let you see a bit more. But that could be 2 days from now, the rate I'm going. Just do a bit at a time. Okay, I'll switch you off there for now. That's me on to the last row, 15 to 20 minutes a row. I'll film the last one, let you see. It's taken quite a few days to do this. Anyway, right, this is the last row, so I'll film it to film it. Here we go. Take a line out first, just for a look more than anything. I've got to keep changing the height because it was up and down. Right, run that back. That's my power feed. And the DRO is telling us where we're going. Right, that's our starting position. Move it 10mm at a time, but then you've got 2 8s on top of that. So 26 to get a spot. Move it 10 again. 2 points off there. I shut the air off, the compressor's not running all the time, so it's been working out better. Before it was getting too hot and seizing up. I just let it cool down a bit, right? But I discovered if I shut the air off, it picks up not bad. Put it back on. Does that sometimes, the last wee bit, that bit sticks into the end mill. It's a 3-foot end mill. It's an old machine, but it works. This Bridgeport I'm talking about. Just keeping some pressure on the metal to stop it vibrating too much. It's quite far out here. Target. I'll give you a different view. There's a lot of metal in there to clean up. Right, helping dull the vibrations a bit. 5 left to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to do. Head up a little bit. That's about 1200 RPM. We're running about 1,000. This is the penultimate, no, this is it. I just did the penultimate one. This is the last one. Right, last hole. Or slot, probably a better description. Let's move it along a bit. There you go, I think there's 11 holes in each, and there's 35, 22 holes across. You can work it out. Next job's putting those two headlight holes in, and we might even put the badge hole in. A bit more air to get through. This one's got the two headlights behind, the same as that one, and then it's got this grill on it. That bit there, £118 to buy. Can't remember if that's postage and top or not. So, project, do it for nothing. Oh well, no, that's my second end mill. Broke the first one. That one was £20, but it stood up.